Greetings. I'm so glad you could join me. My name is Dr. Jonathan Crane. You might better know me as the Scarecrow. Please, sit down. Oh, that's right. You can't properly stand at the moment, can you? It's quite all right. It's quite all right. You see, what you are experiencing is a minor dose of my fear toxin. You see, I've spent my entire academic and personal life in the exploration of the emotion of fear. And you are my most recent experiment. Isn't that delightful? By participating in this experiment, you have become part of science. Doesn't that make you feel good? Well, it probably doesn't feel good because right now, what is happening is my fear toxins are binding with the neuroreceptors in your brain. And they are, let me put it in layman terms, opening the floodgates to your fears. Back in the deep core memories of the brain that your brain has been working so hard to suppress, now it is accessing your deepest, darkest fears and manifesting them as hallucinations. Now, remember, this is for posterity and for science, so I need you to be completely honest with me. What are you experiencing? What are you feeling? Nothing? No reaction? You are very brave and bold, I can see. I understand that you have a relationship with the one who is known as the Batman, most troublesome individual, though I have many times given him a dose or two of my fear toxin for most interesting results, but most annoyingly, he has been able to overcome them at varying points and with help from others. But you are all alone. Now, I understand that you are a solicitor. How delightful. Now, that must be a very important job. You must do lots of very good work. You must help lots of people. But there must be those that you have not helped. There must be those where you have let criminals fly, where you have failed in your duty to the city. Is that correct? You're not from Gotham, are you? I've come across the legal system quite a bit in my sojourns to and from Arkham Asylum, and I don't remember ever seeing your face. Well, no matter. I tell you what, let's go ahead and give you a little extra dose of the fear toxin that should suffuse every cell in your body with fear. Soon you will feel it flowing through you, and you will be absolutely terrified. Now, what are you thinking of? Perhaps a girlfriend you had lost long ago. Perhaps a beating from your parents that has come into the forefront. A fear of heights, perhaps, very common. A fear of stinging. You know, it has been my experience that nearly everyone has some form of the sting fear. Think about how many people are afraid of wasps or bees or needles. That is a common one. The human body has a common revulsion to being stung. So one of those coming up, perhaps insects crawling up over your body. That is one I come across when I am looking at my subjects and they are rolling on the floor in absolute terror. Anything from you? Anything you would like to share with me? I must say, you are being somewhat incalcitrant, but that is all right. In every experiment, there are outliers. There are those who do not have this typical reaction that, while annoying for my amusement, is good for the experiment because it gives me more data. What I'm going to do is give you the full fear gas treatment. Now, you cannot resist. Now, your body will begin to quake with terror, and you will find yourself nothing but fear. Tell me, what do you see? Do you see loved ones dying? Do you see those you care about most being taken away from you? Perhaps you see yourself alone forever, alone in the void. Some fear falling for all eternity, falling and falling and never coming to rest. Is that what you are experiencing now? Perhaps a bit more encouragement. If you could tell me anything about yourself that might be helpful. Why aren't you looking at me? What? I'm sorry. I don't believe I noticed, young sir. Are you blind? I do mean nothing against your condition. It's simply one more data set for my experiment. Interesting. Now, does that affect the fear toxin? Does the lack of one sense sharpen the others and make you more susceptible to my fear toxin? Or is it perhaps delaying it in some way, the rewiring of your neural pathways in order to compensate for your lack of sight? Is that what's going on? Interesting. We shall have to do with more experiments. Perhaps a live stimuli? What if I was to release bats into your chamber? Do the flittering to and fro of these little squeakadilloos give you pause? Most people do not care for bats. I myself don't care for one of them. No, it don't seem to trouble you a great deal. It's almost as if their squeaking is something you are somehow used to. Let me remove them from your confines. What are you doing there? Sir, you will not be able to undo the lock. It is a keypad that is only good for my passcode, and you will... How did you do that? Ridiculous. You could not have possibly felt the heat signature from my fingers of where they were last. That would require a sensation of touch that is beyond that of any normal man. You're not a normal man, are you? Who are you? Batman knew. He found out about my plot to dose all of Gotham with fear toxin. And he recruited you, did he not? Another dimension? Really? Is that why my toxin is not affecting you? Because your biologics are different? No. It's because you're what? Because you're Daredevil, the man without fear. Oh dear. This is going to hurt a lot, isn't it? Ouch. I'm afraid. I hope you are recovering from your dose of fear toxin. If you want to resist my fear more effectively, why don't you watch this video instead? I've got plenty of other role plays, or perhaps this one is more to your taste, and I will see you in your nightmares.